How's it going, everybody? Akibana Zero here, hot off the heels of watching Chapter 1 of Volume 8. This will be a spoiler-free review for any of you who have not watched the episode yet, but you're kind of excited to hear some thoughts maybe on how I felt about the show. Now, this is a little bit of forewarning here. This is brand new territory for me. I don't know what everybody considers a spoiler or whatnot, so I'm going to, off the bat, kind of elaborate a little bit on what I consider to be spoiler-free, and you can make your judgment before diving into the rest of the review. It's gonna be a short video, not too many things, because obviously, what else am I gonna say? So first of all, I'm not gonna talk about what happens in the episode, the exact events, or anything like that. I'm going to muse and allude a little bit to the things that might seem a little bit obvious related to directions of they're taking with characters. Probably talk a little bit about the quality of the show and how it's evolved over time, and just generally convey to you guys the feelings that I got from watching this episode. So you've been forewarned. That's what it is. If you really don't want to watch this anymore, get out of here and come back. There's gonna be a spoiler heavy review also tying in with this one. First off, I do love the way this episode ties in with the finale of Volume 7. They connect it very, very nicely. The whole thing kind of just kind of flows through from there, and that kind of speaks volumes also from the idea that we did not have an after credits scene when Volume 7 ended. Felt like very amazed at how much they've managed to evolve the technical fidelity of this show, because it's always been amazing to me. I always love watching how the show evolves from one volume to the next. They just keep upping the ante every time with the way they make the 3D graphics in the show, the way they make all the details, how they manage to hit the tones very, very accurately more and more with every single volume. One other thing that really stood out to me a lot was how the voice acting has evolved over time, because I know that a lot of the people who voice these characters, they weren't voice actors by trade, and obviously you evolve your craft, and some people were able to evolve this craft more than others, right? So even for some characters who are a little bit more sidelined, like Ren, we're seeing a lot more emotion being conveyed better. We're seeing a lot more range in the way they convey their lines and the way they show emotion with their voice. I just have to pat everybody on the back for being able to do this, and considering in a world right now where we're struck by a pandemic and production of this scale is becoming harder and harder. This is just, like, for me, technical marvel. So I just have to tip my hat over to the RWBY and everybody involved in this project. Now, when it comes to the episode itself, I'm going to stray a little bit away from what happens and what it sets up, because we do know as a first episode it's going to obviously be a setup. We get a lot of very, very dark tones, and I guess that's something to be expected, that things are just only going to get worse from here on out. I have to particularly mention that I do love the direction that they're going with two characters in this show. I'm not going to get into who they are. Both of them are very interesting directions. One of them really breaks my heart quite a bit, because I do like that character a lot. And it was kind of surprising to see how that direction is going to a certain extreme. So yeah, that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. I'm pretty sure you can guess what I'm talking about here, but hopefully I'm not giving too much away. Now that we know that the lamp has been taken away from Team RWBY, and now it's obviously gonna fall into the wrong hands, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that moves forward. Like, generally speaking, the whole tone at the end of Volume 7 has been that everything's done, all bets are off, like we're hitting rock bottom at this point, and that is exactly what Salem wants. That's always what Salem wanted. So it's just going to be it's just gonna be insane. That's as much as I can say without spoiling anything. Overall, I really, really liked this setup episode. I think it's one of my favorite setup episodes so far from the show. Maybe might be the my absolute favorite setup episode from any volume so far. I mean, they managed to hit the tone very well. They managed to, link things up very, very nicely. And carrying over from that cliffhanger. And I think I also like the way they've conveyed so they've set up actually some of the expectations that we can have with some characters in the show. I'm still holding hope that we're going to start getting some more glimpses of what I would like to cutely refer to as classic RWBY, because that's what I like to refer the first 3 volumes as. I know that we're living in a darker RWBY world now and not the happy place that it used to be, but you know, it's nice when these things kind of carry over. I kind of want to talk about that in a video at some point. Anyway, so without being too spoilery, guys, what did you think of the episode? Sound off in the comments section below. And as always, I'd like to tip my hat over to my hat gang over at twitch.tv/Akibana0. Come and join us. It's always a fun time. We're playing video games. We're having a laugh. We're making dad jokes. We're playing. Sometimes we do game nights as well, where we're all playing together. It's pretty fun. So yeah, come and hang out and have a chat with me. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.